Well, only 2 chapters left. I'm feeling good about myself. And this chapter's called The Wedding, and then there's the epilogue. So I guess it's just a short moment where Rarity wakes up, they kiss, we have a conversation, and why is this chapter 7,000 words? Vic, what did I do to you? Vic, who hurt you? What did I do to deserve this? My audience did not do anything to deserve this. I didn't do anything to deserve this. Why? On the bright side, you people could go watch Utena, Revolutionary Girl Utena. Fantastic anime. Spike's heart nearly exploded as he felt her lips slowly caress his own. He immediately jumped back. Could it be real? Or was it a vision? Or did his mind play a cruel joke on him? Rarity's eyes slowly opened up, her glimmering blue eyes barely visible behind her long black eyelashes. Spiky! There was no joke. This was real. This was not an imaginary story. Rarity was alive. Oh my god! Spike, the dragon's jaw dropped from pure happiness as he gazed on his awakening beauty. Rarity, you're alive! Of course, dear, said the white mare, smiling weakly. I knew you would save me. Her eyes started to get watery as he groaned, squirming as if her stomach was in pain. Do you think I could trouble you for a glass of water, dear? I feel dreadfully warm inside. She started to cough, and my throat is dry. She started cracking harder. Do you feel so well, darling? Oh crap. Spike gulped, turning to around the forwards. What's happening to her? How the hell should I know? I'm still sorry that worked. What are you talking about, dear? Nothing, dear, said Spike quickly, stroking her mane. Everything's going to be fine. He started to head towards the door, to leading off the roof, to back to the castle. We just had an accident. Oh dear, did one of my friends get hurt? Yeah, but they're fine now. Then what is the problem? Asked Rarity, hacking up a storm. Whoa! Strained the dragon as he pushed the door open and was back. You could see their friends following close behind. Please don't forget what I tell you, but you sort of... Spike, a lady can compose herself at all times, I promise. Well, you were sort of dead for like an hour. Amir just stared blankly at her dragon, trying to figure out if he was joking or not. Once he realized he was being serious, he screamed, What? It's okay, you're better now, said the drake, trying to calm the historical mare down. What do you mean I was dead? You could have died. Oh, how dreadful, gasped the unicorn, falling faint to Spike's arms. All the worst possible things. This is the worst possible thing! And I mean it this time. Rarity just came back from the dead. We're doing one for old cliche lines. Ha 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 ha! Time and place, Vic. Please calm down, begged Spike, still carrying the white Perry to the castle. We're going to get you into the infirmary, and everything's going to be fine. How am I even alive right now? Well, we gave you a new heart from a dragon. What happened to my own heart? It's sort of broke, muttered Spike. Look, I'll explain everything to you once I get you to a doctor, I promise. Whose heart do I... Whose... As he kept coughing and coughing, Spike was getting worried. Since he was spitting out small sprays of blood, as their terrible cough grew worse. Rarity's eyes started to roll back in her head as her whole body went limp. Rarity! Rarity! Panted the dragon, placing the mirror on the floor. Placed 2 fingers against the pony's new heart. It was still beating, so what was the problem? Well... Do you want me to tell you how a new heart transplant is supposed to work? You see, the reason why we can use a pig's heart for a new heart transplant is because a pig's heart is biologically comparable to a human's body when it comes to organ donations. So we could temporarily use a pig's heart to continue it functioning. Now, the problem that we experience here is that we don't know if a dragon's heart is compatible with a pony's. Now, we could use a Kieran's heart, but we also remember that doing a very complicated thing like a open heart transplant is actually way more difficult than just insert heart and hope for the best. Even with magic, it needs, things like, sutures and being able to connect. You can't just throw in the heart in there and hope and pray to God that magic will explain everything. Blarg. Rarity suddenly saw him saying persistent. Blue azure colored flames keep spewing out of her mouth. The fire grew in intensity, spreading around and around, lasting out to everything that would burn. The walls were scorched, curtains were singed as the flames finally died out, leaving Rarity sitting there. Every air pony was just staring at her. She started to say before coming out of a puff of blue smoke. If you had not about that happening. Whoa, said the purple drake. That was interesting. Rarity looked baffled at the scorch marks from around her. Did I just do that? How's that even possible? The winter Twilight, looking towards. Do you think it's got something to do with the dragon heart? No, Twilight, it's got something to do with Discord's foot. What do you think? Okay, will somebody please tell me what's going on? Asked Rarity, crossing her host. I'm getting rather irritated not being in the loop of things. Sorry, it's just that... Okay. Were you... Let's say this whole coffee thing didn't happen. Were you just going to let her walk around not knowing she died? Like, you never died. She wasn't going to ask questions, like why she saw her grandparents again, or anything like that. She's just going to go, oh, that was an odd thing. I passed out for a few minutes. You were just going to leave it at that. She's not going to ask questions the next time she gets a cardiogram or, a ultrasound where it's just looking at her heart. Suddenly she sees that it looks very much like not a pony heart. You were just going to keep that hidden. Sorry, it's just that Spike started to say. Well, gasped Pinkbot, pointing at the white mare. Look at that. Speaking of which, with Pinky Bot over here, what's the real Pinky doing? I mean, she has to be doing something other than just, sitting around waiting for her to come back. Oh, Pinky, she's probably out there somewhere hosting a party. Meanwhile, at another time, at another universe. Lock on? Are you there? Please respond, are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm coming in for a landing, Millennia. You got that cake ready? Yep! All set up and ready to go! Alright, be there soon. Okie dokie looking! I wonder if I should let her bring her at my other job. Let's make it a big surprise. Back to our universe. For those of you who don't get that joke, watch more Gundam. You'll understand. Trust me. All heads focused on the pink party was pointing at, and each pony and dragon guessed what they saw. Rarity looked worried. What? Is there something on my face? Her host patted her face down, not feeling anything out of the ordinary. What is it? Would somebody please tell me what's wrong? Rarity, it's your eyes, said Spike. What about my eyes? They became cold and lifeless, like a doll's eyes. She asked, quickly dancing out of the windows in the hall. She almost fainted when she saw the faint reflection in the glass. It was a white reflection. Her eyes were no longer the ones she was born with, but had become snake-like, slit-like instead of a dot for her pupil. Her eyes are like a dragon's. Okay, what the hell's going on? She's not going to turn into a dragon, is she? What part of I don't know do you all tend not to grasp? What? A dragon? Mumbled Rarity as he started to feel lightheaded. It had a lot to take in for a short amount of time, and her body seemed to be on fire again, and she eventually passed out. Rarity! Rarity! Shh! Da 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 da! Bum bum bum! Beep, 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 beep. I finally made it through med school. Somehow I made it through. I'm just an intern. I still make a mistake or two. I was last in my class. Barely passed at the institute. Now I'm trying to avoid. Yeah, I'm trying to avoid a malpractice suit. Hey! Like a surgeon, cutting for the very first time. Like a surgeon, organ transplants on my line. Beep, beep, beep. Better give me all your Gosners. This pace is fading fast. Complications have set in. Don't know how long he'll last. Let me see that IV. Here we go. Time to operate. I'll pull his insides out, and see what he ate. Like a surgeon. Cutting for the very first time. Like a surgeon. Here's a waiver for you to sign. Whoa, it's a fact. I'm a quack. The disgrace of the AMA. Because my patient's dying. Yeah, my patient's dying. Before they pay. Like a surgeon. Hey! Cutting for the very first time. Like a surgeon. Got your kidneys on my mind. Like a surgeon. Ooh, like a surgeon. When I reach inside with my scalpel and my forceps and my retractors. Oh, yeah. I can hear your heartbeat for the very last time. Beep, beep, beep. I wonder if we're more a little fishes this chapter. No, Trixie. I think we're doing the same amount of vile that we usually get thrown out of a fanfic that we don't like. True. Rarity's eyes were greeted by a bright light as they slowly came open. The steady pace of beeping was ringing next to her ear. As her senses came back to her, she was able to see where she was. It looked like a hospital room. Lots of strange medical machines stationed next to her in a small metal bed. Turning to her side, she saw large bushels of flowers and a get well soon cards. There was also a lot of discarded hospital food in a nearby trash can. Seeing that the culprit only ate the lime jello, threw away the Daisy sandwiches and milk. She giggled a little at the sight, knowing perfectly well who would only eat the dessert. As she rolled over to the other side, she saw a very sleepy purple dragon sitting in the visitor's chair. You know you can't just eat the jello, it'll go straight to your thighs. Spike's head slowly raised up, a big sleepy smile stretched across his face. Hey, you're awake. I am, she said, looking around the room again. Where am I? How long was I out? You're in the medical ward at Cadillac Castle, and you've been out for over 3 weeks, answered the dragon. Oh my, that's long, said the confused mayor. What about everyone else? Are they all right? Yeah, they are for the most part, that is, Spike said. Luna's taking Courier's death pretty hard. Celestia had to raise the sun and the moon for a bit there, but she's getting past it. Oh, good, and I'm pretty positive my friends are all right. Yeah, no need to check up on them. I mean, they only got tortured, and who knows what type of psychological trauma they went through. But I'm sure they're fine. Most definitely. Who cares about them, right? That's good to hear. I can only imagine what it'd be like to lose enough of your life, sighed the unicorn. Must be devastated. Like I said, Luna's slowly getting past it with her sister. Speaking of which, as you were asleep, Celestia has been having long conversations with Rockjaw, the new leader of Volcana. I don't want to speak too soon, but Rockjaw wants to work with Pony Dragon Treaty after the Dragon Wars. The dragons have learned to control the greed better, and we were thinking of integrating them back into Equestria. So, the planet is Equus, and Equestria is the continent, and wait, the way the statement was made earlier was that the dragons already owned the land of Equestria, and they were already kicked out, but now they were kicked out because of the great... Discotheque Street Fire. Calming thoughts. Spike, that's wonderful, smiled Verity. But what about the homelands and more nasty dragons? They can stay in the Badlands if they want. No one's forcing them to leave. But I heard Bitterbite and the others are planning on staying. How are they doing? Pretty much the same. Lord's accidentally ate a pony he thought was a sofa, but he spat him back out. Bearbite and Glimmer still have the strangest love relationship I've ever seen, and we're not going to do the Dust Devil thing, otherwise Legendbringer's going to be even madder. This whole mod is Legendbringer at this fic. Well, you know how he has this philosophy that every bad fanfic that he's gone through will eventually end with Fallen Equestria? Oh, yes, I know. It's quite scary. He's getting a mega spell set up as we speak. Oh, that's mod! Rarity giggled at the last one. Spike. Didn't see you getting closer to Spike and got enough for a shared talk. You want to cost us time? But no. How's Rainbow and the others? Wait! Why did I put my friends on third on that list? Physically, they're gonna be okay. Rainbow's wings healed up nicely, same with Twilight's horn. I was like a Pinkie Pie's flare-sized cuts and bruises have all healed up too. But you said they were physically. Why? Because they're okay physically. Mentally, there's been some scarring. Oh dear. We've all been through some psychotherapy, some more than others. We've all been having recurring nightmares about him and what he's done. Booyah! I can hardly close my eyes without seeing his face in my head. The dragon sighed. And I keep having this one dream, where you didn't survive and I lost you. Ooh, do go on, darling. I just gotta know how much I've traumatized you. And Spike, said Rarity, pulling the drink closer. You don't have to worry, yeah. I'm fine. I feel fine. I feel better than fine. In fact, I'm absolutely perfect. Well, at least one of us is feeling like that, smirked the dragon. What about Forge? How is he? Oh, he's made some new weapons for the X-Men and is kind of curious as to why he's never popped up in a live-action X-Men production. Of course he has! Forge has been in a live-action X-Men. No, he has not. Okay, let's check out the Wikipedia here. Oh, weird. Forge has not been in a live-action X-Men yet. See, told ya. My man Gambit has, but not everybody else. Oh, that's so weird. I'm doing quite well. Forge has managed to slip by the door without Spike or Rarity noticing. Forge, smiled Rarity. Nice to see you finally awake, Mrs. Rarity. The Red Dragon laughed. Spike filled me on and everything. I have to say I couldn't be happier for the two of you. Thank you, said Rarity as she snuggled up to Spike's arm. Couldn't be happier. Well, I'm glad, said the Fortune Dragon. I'm also glad you're awake, so I can tell you this now and not a report. Tell me what? Well, after you passed out 3 weeks ago, we rushed you and whatever medical stat we have left to the infirmary. After I got a more permanent leg situation, he gestured to his new prosthetic leg, made out of what was left of Spike's armor, by the way. Anyways, we got you stabilized, and a few of the medical staff started to run a few tests. It seems like the Dragon Heart had a few side effects we didn't expect. Like what? Well, externally, the only real notable change is your eyes, and I want to run some vision tests later. Now, internally, you have undergone a massive amount of changes. We tested your blood and found it fighting off and eating away any sort of clots and buildups that were in your veins, cleaning them similar to what a dragon blood does. Your body naturally healing at twice the normal rate of a pony, and your immune system boosted tremendously. All that from a dragon's heart. Once more, Ford said as he continued, you also developed a flame sac, which is where dragons like me and Spike store fire. Now we can remove this if you want. There are a lot of dangers of having a fire sac. Hey, don't remove a person's sack without their permission. Yeah, I kind of like my sack. It's true, he does. As an advocate, Trixie knows a lot of men who enjoys having a sack. Yeah, I think it's only fair that we should all us men should keep our sack. Yeah! Oh god, this fic has affected me so much I'm okay with doing the pervy jokes. Welcome to the dark side, Trixie. You convinced Trixie to do another routine like that, and she is going to hurt you. And she is going to enjoy keeping on hurting you. Totally understand, Trixie. Totally understand. And now, back to more talk about dragon sacks. She doesn't do! I'm sorry, it slipped out! Like what? It can swell up and lead to violent outbursts of fire. Worst case, that bursts and disintegrates all your internal organs. Oh dear. But If you take the time to learn how to control it and remember to release fire on a semi-regular basis, the benefits are numerous. Well, I guess I'll think about that, hummed the unicorn. Anything else, Florence? Not at the moment. He says he turned to head out the door. I'll come back in a couple hours to do some tests. I need to see the heart affected your unicorn powers, as well as come to a decision about keeping your fire stack or not. Until then, you two relax. You, of all of us, deserve it. Thank you, Florence, said Rarity as the drake held and closed the door. She went back to her dragon, scooting her closer to the bed. It's awfully cold, she grinned. Spike took the hint as he slowly slid to the bed, snuggling next to the white unicorn. It had been too long since they were together like this, lying peacefully on a warm, safe bed. No worries of wars, psychopaths, or omens. Just a bear and a dragon, and all the love in the world. Sip! Hummed Rarity, nuzzling the dragon's neck over her head. When should we stop planning the wedding? Zzz. Spike, wondered the mare, looking to see that Spike had fallen fast asleep. She rolled her eyes as she tucked him in. Get to sleep, Dove. She smiled, giving a small yawn. We'll talk about it later. Pain. An insufferable stinging sensation in the back of his mind. Spike couldn't think. It hurt too much to think. What had happened to him? He tried to open his heavy eyes, only to be greeted by a powerful light of the sun through the window. Light was not his friend, so he kept his eyes shut. Rarity, he wallowed, feeling around falling for some indication of the mare he loved. Rarity. He finally found what he was looking for. Soft fur. He wrapped his claws around the warm body, pressing it close to his. She was so warm, soft, and scaly. Spike. That wasn't Rarity's voice. Hers was soft and angelic, like a song sung by angels. This voice was not soft and angelic, like a song sung by a dragon. Spike. His eyes shot open, staring back at him were a pair of brown eyes. Bearbite was staring right back at him, fuzzy pink blanket covering most of his body. Spike. Bearbite said again, "Why are you holding me?" Spike was at a loss for words. Spike, please tell me there was a beer bottle or something poking me on the leg. There's a pause as both dragons looked down, realizing there was no beer bottle down there. They both screamed at the top of their lungs. The air dragon freaked out and accidentally rolled off the bed, landing face first on the floor. Spike clutched his ears. The sound of their screaming was jamming like a spear through his skull. What the hell, Spike? Yelled Bearbite. What the hell? I thought you were Rarity, Spike yelled back, still clamping his ears shut. Don't talk so loud, my head is killing me. Do I look like Rarity? Demanded the dirty drake, slowly climbing out the floor. It's a soft blanket, and I said stop yelling, the purple drake moaned, rolling around in the bed in his own misery. Whatever, grunted Bearbite as he stretched his arms out, smiling. It was a fun-ass party, though. Oh, right, chuckled Spike, as he slowly snoozed his hangover away. Best party ever. Piggybot can eat her heart out. Yeah, laughed Bearbite, as he leaned against the wall, still having the fuzzy blanket around his body. So, where are we partying again? Because, Spike started to say, but his mind drew a blank. There's something important, I think. Oh, by the way, about the whole Rarity getting a dragon heart and getting dragon abilities, you know what's funny? Micah did this exact same plot years later in a Starfleet story, where Rarity got horribly mangled and got dragon parts. And of course, this being Micah, she looked horribly deformed and was angsting about it and felt horrible about having dragon body parts. But she still gained some dragon powers. This Vic only gave her breath. I'll leave it to you to figure out which is lamer. Yeah. Was it the new tree sign? I think that was a month ago, dude. Was it the memorial services for the Battle of Carolot? 3 months ago. You're really freaking bad at this, Bearbite. I don't see you coming with anything, Spike. Screw you, muttered the purple drake. Something important. Something that was going to happen today. The dragon's eyes widened into sudden realization of what was happening today. The wedding! They both screamed, Spike immediately falling back into bed. Goddess, the noise hurts. Quit your bitching, Spike, said the brown dragon, picking up the clock that had fallen on the floor. Oh, crap. What? We have less than an hour before it starts. Spike shot out of bed, his hangover being overthrown by a new crisis at hand. You get the suits. I'll try to fight everyone else. He nodded as Bearbite bolted toward a closet, all trying to find their formal attire. Spike kicked it past the door into a small room and into the wreck that was lit like the living room. There was definitely a party here last night. You can tell the dragons were involved. There was a huge gaping hole in the north wall, leading to outside to the balcony. Furniture was destroyed and tossed around the carpet, was discovered in discarded liquor bottles and scorch marks. There were very few signs of life. If there were other guests, they must have gone home already. However, there was what looked like to be a pair of white hose under a discarded mattress lying out of place among the archives. The dragon slowly lifted the mattress off. For some reason, it smelled like cheese and shame. And under the mattress, it smelled like cheese and shame was none other than shiny armor. Hey, the stallion grumbled, hiking off half a beer bottle. Shiny was wearing his red uniform, but it was terribly stained and torn by something that smelled of cheese and shame. Spike, my buddy. My pal, what's up? You still drunk? Damn straight I am. He cackled to himself as he took a drink of the beer. Best way to avoid a hangover is to... His eyes started lazing on the wall. Are you okay? Hey, what smells like cheese and shame? Asked Armor. I don't know. You, I think, mumbled Drake. Try to sober up. We need to be at the wedding in less than an hour. Oh, said Armor, struggling to get up. Hey, remember my bachelor party? No, exactly. The pony grumbled as he staggered through the mess of the living room. You were supposed to throw me a badass party. And all I got was no badass party. He started to cry. Why, Spike? Why no badass party? I was 8, said the Spike, looking under a flit couch for more sleepy guests and finding none. Do you even know what a bachelor party was until I was a teenager? Oh, good signing. Well, how come you didn't throw me a badass bachelor party? Spike sighed. I did, but you don't remember it. He lied. Nice. Great. Now where's... Spike! The door to the room opposite of Spike kicked open. A pink dust devil was shaking, claws all jittery. Dust, there you are. We need to look for... Yes, to the wedding, I know. They were to the Sky Drake. Well, we have more presents to attend to. Like what? I think I killed a hooker. What? Well, we were having a party in my room. So I accidentally killed her, I think. How the frick do you accidentally kill a hooker? Or a frying pan? What the fuck? Look for yourself! Said Dust Devil, rushing back to the room, dragging Spike back with him. The black and pink Drake pushed Spike into the dark room. What the heck is that light? Asked Spike. I swear I have no idea. Boo. The purple Drake jumped back in fright as a two-headed bedsheet jumped down from within the shadows. Spike fell to the ground, scurrying away from the bed ghost monster, the dead hooker, who was laughing their twin heads off. Got you good, Spike. Makes it too easy, doesn't you agree? What? The bedsheet was removed from the bodies of the two hysterical ponies. One a cream-colored earth pony, and her mare friend, a light green unicorn. Lyra, Barbon, you two were fantastic. Laughed Dust Devil, was on the floor of fits. Actually, we decided we're replacing ourselves with the two marionettes from Utena. Hey, did you know? No, what? I heard that you can speed through these things quicker if you bash yourself upside the head with a hammer. A hammer? How about a bigger sledgehammer? Oh, I would love that. Ready? 1, 2, 3! Go watch Utena. So known. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, teased Lyra, sticking her tongue. Is anyone else in there? Asked Spike, deadpanned. No, said Bonbon, shaking her head. I think Lawrence was in the master bedroom. You know, because he needs the biggest bed to sleep in. Because he's so fat, laughed the green unicorn. Lyra, he's not fat, he's just bigger. Yeah, bigger and bigger. Both of you shut up, growled Spike. Really silencing the mares. Get ready to go. We need to be at the wedding in less than an hour. Okay. Both the mares at Dust Devil's side as they walked back into the other room where Bearbite was looking for the suits. Spike walked out of the room into the master bedroom, knocking at the door before entering. Lurtz, please tell me you're alive in there. Yeah. Called Lurtz from the other side. Just give me like 10 minutes and I'll be out. We don't have 10 minutes, shouted Spike, knocking at the door again. We need to get going now. Please do. There was a sound of a mask groaning as large footsteps of the boulder dragon boomed towards the door. Slowly the door cracked open, revealing a large pale blue drake. Okay. He yawned, turning his head to the room. Party's over. Just get to the marriage and already. There was a wave of female ahs as wife bears quickly trotted toward the boulder dragon. each with bedroom eyes and messy manes. They were all trying to cuddle a different part of the drake.
Oh, but we were about to have fun. We had to go.
Sorry, ladies, said Lurtz, but I need to go to my friend's wedding.
Do you need a date? I could be one or the other. If anyone's going to be his date, it's going to be me.
He likes me the best. I'm going with him. The 5 mares continued to argue about who would accompany Lurtz to the wedding. Spike stared with amazement at the arguing mares, looking at the Boulder Dragon with a large eyebrow.
What? Said the large sweet drake. I'm a big, strong, salt, and have 3 tongues. What do you expect? Now let's go to that wedding.
End. Please end. Just get it over with. Just end it.
Just get them married and end already. I have no feelings towards these OCs you created whatsoever. Please, for the love of Celestia on high, end!
Mares and gentlecolts, dragons and dragonesses of all shapes and sizes, we are gathered here today.
Celestia was standing under a white altar, decorated in an assortment of jewels and flowers. They were standing outside in the Carolot Gardens. Several plants and trees had been carefully moved to make room for all the guests. Not all of them ponies. There were a decent amount of dragons attending the wedding, including Rockjaw, the other surviving elder dragon from the Volcana, Baba D, the kind old dragon that ran the hatchery, among other dragons that came out to see the special day commence. To join this dragon and this mare is celestial matrimony. Spike blushed a little at Princess Celestia's words. There he was, just a walking down the street, singing do-a-diddy-diddy-dum-diddy-dum. Is this a thing, you guys? Do we have to do that every time those 3 words are uttered? Does that have to show up, guys? Standing in a form of hundreds, maybe thousands of ponies and dragons, about to get married to the one he loved, he was able to find a suit, an onyx black tuxedo, equipped with his favorite jewel-encrusted bow tie, a tri-set of blue diamonds over his heart, the same shape and color of Rarity's cutie mark. Rarity looked stunning in her wedding dress. No expenses were wasted. It was a beautiful white, almost blending in with her white coat. There were brilliant white diamonds around the rim of her skirt, leading up to the part of the dress. There were 2 trails of gems formed in one, trailing up the blouse and dress, separating again around her collar. Her dress sparkled in the afternoon sun, but no jewel shined brighter than the fire ruby necklace, which she wore proudly around her neck. The bride and groom have written to each other's vows, which you'll recite to each other, Celestia said, turning to Spike. You may begin, dragon. Spike nodded as he clearly unfolded the paper he kept in his pocket, fingers trembling with a mix of stress, excitement, and nerves. He could clear his throat as he finally managed to uncrumple the vows. Rarity, he started to say. His voice was shaking. It was really happening. And I, your humble narrator, will be focused entirely on this vow. I promise, I will not allow myself to be distracted whatsoever. And I promise you, what I'm about to read is totally accurate to what is on this paper. What did we do together this past year? What was all this past year all about? We haven't figured that out. Do you remember? That time we met after so long in front of your boutique? The higher-ups wanted me to fight in this war. And before we knew it, we were thrown into that ring known as Canterlot. I fought with everything I had! But once the battle was over, those higher-ups thought nothing about their own interests. But that's no reason for our year together to end like this. It's true, I did win against Conquest, but I only won because you were always by my side. That's right. You and I both fought to achieve this victory. That's why it couldn't make any sense if we didn't stay together. Hey, Verity, remember on the morning of the war? I said that if I won,
there was something I wanted to tell you. I'm a clumsy dragon who only knows how to fight. So this is the only way I can tell you. I want to say that I love you! I want you! Rarity!
Spike!
Rarity!
Spike!
Rarity,
Oh, Spike.
I'm so sorry. I'll never leave you again. I'll never let you go.
There. Those totally were not just the lines from my favorite love confession of all time. No. I did not just watch G Gundam and proceed to recite the entire scene verbatim. No. You see, there was no Devil Gundam, so there's no way it could have been anything related to G Gundam. And I know some of you guys watch this on Discord, and allow me to tell you, you can look up at the original fic all you want, but I guarantee you, that's exactly what Spike said in his wedding vows. Those are totally not Domon's lines. Nope, not at all. Nope. There was a little hum of sighs and ahs coming from the guests in the gardens. And now for the bride. Rarity, would you mind? Sighed the celestial princess, wiping a happy tear from her face. Spike, I hate to tell you this, but I'm leaving you at the altar, and I am going out with Fancy Pants. No. I'll be nice and say her actual vows. I have them right here on my phone. There used to be a green tower, alone on the sea, and you became the light on the dark side of me. Love remained a drug that's the high and not the pill. Did you know that when it snows, my eyes become enlarged and the light that you shine can't be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grey. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. And now that your rose is in bloom, I like hits the gloom on the grey. There's so much a man can tell you, so much that she can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain, baby. To me, you're like a crumbling addiction that I can't deny. What you tell me is that healthy, baby. I've been kissed by a rose on the grey. I've been kissed by a rose on the grey. There's so much a woman can tell you, so much she can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain. To me, you're like a growing addiction that I can't deny, yeah. What you tell me is that healthy, baby. Thank you. Those were totally not the lyrics to my favorite song from the Batman Forever album, but those were it. Although, I do love how these fake vows here mention how Rarity was scared of what others would have thought if we were together. Yeah, could it be because you're with a child? Just a little saying here. Soft cries could be heard as mares and even a few stallions and the odd dragon shed a tear to the tenderness of the speech. Spike, began Celestia, after every pony has tried to settle down. Do you take this mare to be your celestially watered wife, to love, to cherish, through good times and bad, through sickness and health until death do you part?
I do.
And do you, Rarity, take this dragon to be your celestially wedded husband, to love and cherish through good times and bad, through sickness and in health, till death do you part? Rarity looked at the Spike's reptilian eyes. They were so much like hers now, but she knew that he would never stop loving her. I can't start loving you. Adieu. Then by the power invested in me, I now pronounce you mare and dragon. You may... Spike and Rarity lunged at each other's mouth. They couldn't wait a second longer. They are a married couple now, and the tension between them was getting far too unbearable. You may kiss the bride, sighed Celestia. And the stars came out tomorrow. Woohoo! Time to get our groove on. screamed Pinky Bot from the DJ booth. She and Vinyl were rocking her new track, and most everybody else was on the dance floor. There was, however, plenty of dragons and ponies laughing and mingling off the dance floor. One particular pony, a light blue unicorn, was downing his third beer when his friend led next to him.
Dragoon, are you all right? Asked Hartshield, waving to the barkeep to give him a beer. Never bear, patted the blue stallion as he emptied his drink.
Barkeep, give me another one.
Was this you don't usually drink, like ever?
Yeah, I need to work on some liquid confidence, Dragoon said, the bartender handing her a bead. Thank you.
Why?
I'm not going to do it. Buns is here at the reception, and I'm finally going to ask her out.
Hartshield faced up to himself. Oh, God, it's not this again.
I'm serious, grumbled Dragoon, taking a big swig from his cup before slamming down on the bar. I'm going to ask her out.
Look, I told you.
You know what? He growled. I think you asked her out. She said no. Now you can't stand having other stallion with her. Well, screw you. I thought you were my friend.
Please, Vic. End. I don't care about these OCs. Please end. Stop. Have a heart. Stop!
He got up from the bar and started to stagger around the gardens, looking for the purple Pegasus he desired.
You don't want to do that, muttered the red unicorn, taking a sip of his newly received beverage.
Watch me, grinned the dragon. As he spotted Bunsen by the buffet, serving herself some salad. I'll show him, joik. The blue unicorn made it to the spread with relative ease. He wasn't that drunk. Hey, Bunsen.
Oh, hey there,
replied the purple mare, serving us some sliced turnips on top of her green salad. Hey, Bunsen, listen, Dragon started to say. I was wondering, would you, I don't know, maybe want to go out sometime, like for dinner and so?
Oh,
gasped Bunsen, her dark purple face slowly turning crimson.
That's very sweet of you, but I can't. Sorry.
Why?
It's really complicated. I'm sorry with somebody else.
Who?
Oh, hello, Bunsen.
A sunny voice came out from a calling crowd. No, crossed Dragoon, his mouth dropping wide as Celestia slowly trotted over to Bunsen. The two mares are Stacey nuzzles.
Oh, hello, Dragoon, smiled the Princess of the Sun. Having a good time?
Oh, but what I...
Great. I even don't mind steal Bunsen away from you.
Alright.
Fantastic. Come, Bunsen,
she said, taking the purple mare's hoof in her hairless.
Come get some cake with me. Of course, honey.
Smiled Bunsen as the two mares left about like a unicorn.
I tried to warn you.
Dragoon turned to see Hartshield standing right behind him, pulling a hoof around the dragon's neck. Come on, I'll buy you a drink. You can use one right now.
But
why? Try not to think about it, said the red unicorn. Now, let's get some more beer in your belly and a mare on your lap. This will help me get over it when I found out. These stars are counting down every damn second of my life! Inside the castle's kitchen, a large round boulder dragon was rummaging through the cupboards and drawers.
Where the hell are they hiding the sugar?
Mumbled Lars to himself.
It has to be in here somewhere.
As he passed some pots and pans, nothing in this one, they had to have been here somewhere. He pulled his head out of the low-bearing cover and started rummaging through the drawers.
This curry. Why do ponies even need these?
He asked himself as he pulled out a fork.
They don't even have fingers. Stay focused, sugar. Lurch.
He planted the fork in his mouth. He was hungry, but the meal wasn't very filling. He needed to satisfy his craving for sweet powdery goodness that was white sugar.
Aha!
He grinned as he walked up to the locked pantry. There was at least half a dozen locks on it, but the dragon easily ripped them off, and they were like made of paper.
Puny locks,
he said, throwing the final padlock into the floor. He kept the metal door of the pantry down, gazed at the fruits of his labor.
Jackpot.
There had to be at least 50 bags of it, all piled up on wooden shelves. Lar's eyes widened, he licked his lips as he stepped to the pantry, spinning around in glorious wonders of the sweet paradise he had just walked in on. He immediately ripped open a nearby bag, taking the sugar's delectable aroma, before taking 2 fistfuls of the powder and throwing it in the air. He laughed like an idiot, spinning in circles as the sugar slowly floated down like snow. He was in heaven. His tongues went to work. All 3 shot out of his mouth and he grabbed the bag, pulling them into his widened gullet. He grabbed and tore open more bags, dumping the contents down his throat. Within minutes he was covered in sugary goodness, powdered like a white ghost. He moaned in satisfaction as he walked out the pantry, leaving a large, sugary mess behind. He didn't even bother to try and hide his little pleasure. He was pretty sure opponents would notice almost 50 bags gone.
he would gladly pay the consequences later. And no, I'm not going to do it, Vic. As a matter of fact, I hope you don't mind, but I'm gonna go over here and watch Full Metal Panic: Invisible Victory and reenact another love confession and show you guys how it's done between a couple I enjoy. Be right back. Sasuke, I have an order for you. Find me and take me home. Rescue me, no matter what it takes. Even when someone dies, just do it. Save me. Even if hundreds, no, even if millions of people die, you come back and you bring me home and you hold me tight. Is that understood? Understood. And Sasuke, when we find each other, we're gonna kiss. No matter who's around us, I don't care who sees us, we are going to kiss. Yes, Chidori. Sasuke, I love you. And I love you, Chidori. There. Way better than just, ooh, I met a single dragon for one day and instantaneously I fall in love. F that noise. Okay, I'm happy. I'm done. I'm glad. Alright, we're done. We're happy. We fixed up the tablet. We've already read through the motions. Let's end this chapter! Spike asked Rarity. And come months later in the evening, most of the guests had gone home, leaving only the cleaning crews and stragglers left. Newlyweds were packing up the last of their bags in the bedroom, getting ready to leave for their honeymoon. I heard they broke into the kids' pantry and ate almost 50 bags of sugar. Really? Asked Rarity as he pressed down the third suitcase, trying to get the glasses to click in. That sounds like something Let's would do. What on earth are they doing in there? Probably making out something like that, laughed Spike. Not Spike, that's not unassuming things, said Rarity. Only that makes more sense than them eating that much sugar. Exactly. Spike replied to the dragon. Hey, how many more bags do you need to pack? Only 2 more, dear, grunted the white mare, trying to force down our suitcase lid. Then we can leave. And just think, Rarity. In a few hours, we'll be at the Harrian Hot Springs. And already! Rarity moaned at the very mention of the resort's name. It's going to be just heavenly. I can already feel the hot wings water soaking into my aching muscles, she sighed. And the food? Don't forget the 5-star restaurant and all-you-can-eat buffet. Not kitchen of is right outside the resort. Remind me, we need to go shopping when we get there. Of course, Mrs. Dragon. What, you didn't even take Twilight's name? She really is useless in this fic, ain't she? Rarity stopped pressing down her suitcase, turning a slight grin on her face. Oh, so I'm Mrs. Dragon now? Maybe it's you who are Mr. Rarity. Do you even have a last name? Don't change the subject. Well, how about we don't change anything? We're just Mr. Dragon and Mrs. Rarity. That sounds wonderful. Rarity cooed, planting a quick kiss on the nose of the dragon. And now come here and help me unpack. I'll share you, won't wait forever. Of course, Mrs. Dragon. Hey! If we don't pack these packs packed, I won't be able to show you my new lingerie we got for on the first night. Spike shot up from the ground. Here, let me help you with that. We're over. Okay, done. There's the stars. Can we end this chapter already? The dragon snored. Ah! Quietly in the hotel bed, resorts and mattresses were almost as soft as the castle's guest rooms. Please, and still 20 minutes better than his old room that lay in his library's basement. He rolled over, feeling his wife's soft fur. She was not next to him. Ready? He yawned, as he slowly reluctantly got out of bed. I'm in the restroom, Randy called. Oh, okay, mumbled Spike. Sensing as he finally lifted the last of the many covers off him, he watched for the small table beside in the corner of the room. It was piled on congratulations letters from all their friends, as well as some other pieces of mail that stunk with interest. He looked puzzled at the strange-looking letter, only for Spike's eyes only. It was right on the front, with 3 wax stamps on the back, one red, purple, and the other green. Dragon scrunched his face as he tried to open it, but the paper refused to rip. And an enchantment came from it opened up. Strange? What was that? Nothing, dear. Hey, we got a letter from Bitter Buddy Glimmer. Oh, really? How are they? 1 sec. I'll read it out loud. Ad!
I do not care about these two! Not at all! None! They're staying there in Ponyville for some odd reason. Everybody, I'm Glimmer and Bear Bite happy. Happy, happy, happy! Let's move on!
Well, Spike snickered. Did you hear that, Rarity? Bitter and Glimmer are getting married. No sound coming from the bathroom. Rarity, are you alright? Still no answer. Rarity! Rarity, come in. Please be decent. You're married. Rarity was just standing there. She didn't seem hurt. Spike? Rarity, you're okay. I thought something was wrong. Still the mayor said nothing. She turned to the counter in the bedroom, and a little box was sitting open on it. Spike gave Rarity a strange look before going to the box. He noticed it was open. Spike, said Rarity. She levitated a small plastic stick in the palm of the dragon. He gently picked it up for the magical levitation. Took a better look at it. That's when he noticed how it reeked of urine, and how it formed a little plus sign in the far end. I'm pregnant.
Ah, good. Chapter end. Finally, this thing is over. We can... Actually, just one more chapter. Ah! Sick! What else do you have to do? It's over. We're done. Rarity's pregnant. Spike is married. We're done. What? Next you're going to bring out an unfulfilling, non-caring, who gives a fuck ending of fighting Spike's dad or something? Oh, that would be really lame.